Welcome to season number 4 in the Indianapolis Aeros franchise. We are now here in a pivotal part of this series, and this year is the year to compete. Otherwise, there's going to have to be huge changes. Our MLB roster looks like this. At the top is Ian Happ still, but we have 2 new guys in the top 3 overall, including Salvador Perez, the 35-year-old catcher, and then Jose Urquidy, who signed a 5-year deal with the Aeros, so he will likely be here for the entirety of the rest of the series. We have a newcomer at the MLB level, and that is rookie Fred Scott. Fred Scott was our 5th round draft pick last year, and he is ready to compete right now coming out of Alabama for that starting center field job. Another surprise guy who makes the MLB roster is Bryce Williamson. He's been a minor league pitcher of ours, but he has high walks per 9. I think that's going to be very, very valuable when filling in when a starter gets hurt, but he's going to be our long reliever right now. And then the last guy that makes the roster is Jim Hall. Now, Jim Hall is 22 years old. He is our best catching prospect, but I do not see him being up at the MLB level that long. I think I'm going to end up moving him down to get some at-bats in AAA, but that's just until I get a veteran catcher. So here's what the starting rotation looks like. Tayfon Edwards, an international free agent, joins the rotation along with Urquidy, and that really solidifies this rotation. We look really good. Carl Edwards also joins the bullpen. We signed him to a $3 million deal. I've always wanted to sign him. And here is what the opening day lineup looks like. Keith Rice at the DH spot, Ray Gonzalez at short, Alex Verdugo and Paulo Reyes will follow those 2 up. Then Salvi will bat 5th, Ian Happ will bat 6th. The young 21-year-old third baseman Cam Collier bats 3rd. Jack Sawinski gets the opening day start in left field. He hit .290 last year. And then Joe Taikon returns to center field to start opening day. And we will face the Astros. If you see on the right there, they have a loaded lineup. So this is going to be a tough opening day on the road. Here are the predictions here for this season, according to MLB.com. But looking at this, one thing I like about this is that there is a unique player for every single statistical category, which is awesome. And I think we're going to do very, very well here in season number 4. Our lineup is coming together, and so has our pitching rotation. We'll see if all phases come together this year as we look for an AL Central title or an AL wild card spot. We face Christian Javier on the mound, and we will put Jordan Montgomery. I was thinking about putting Babe Miller on the mound here for opening day, but instead I go with Jordan Montgomery. He's going into the last year of his deal as well, so he's going to have to, have a big year to get another big contract. Keith Rice starts this opening day out with the fly ball to center field, and that will be the first out of the game. Keith Rice retains that DH spot or that left field spot after a really good second half of the year, as that brings up Ray Gonzalez, once our top prospect and the guy we're building this organization around, but he just hits a high fly ball to left field. Yordan Alvarez is under that one. Alex Verdugo hit over 300 at a career high in OPS, average, and RBIs last year. He singles up the middle. I expect another big year from Verdugo. He's hitting in that 3 spot this year. We'll see if he can drive in 100 RBIs this year. Paulo Reyes is expected to lead our team in RBIs this year. He hits one well down the right field line. That is foul. 3-2 pitch now, 2 outs. The runner is on the move. He gets one over the middle, and Reyes goes deep. This one stays fair. Paulo Reyes, the former AL Rookie of the Year 2 seasons ago. His average dipped down to the 240s last year. I expect that to go right back up to around 280. I think he's going to hit tremendously behind Verdugo. I think setting the tone is going to be huge for Verdugo, and Paulo Reyes will follow him up. So 2-0 game, and here's the new signing in the offseason, Salvador Perez. He hits one well to right field, away from the shift, and it sneaks over the wall. Back-to-back home runs here as we add some more power to the lineup with Salvador Perez. And in his first at-bat with the Aeros, he goes deep, and it is 3-0 here in the top of the first inning. How about this start to the season here for the Aeros? And that goes 351. It barely gets over the wall. Can Ian Happ keep it going? He hits one well up the middle, but that one will be caught. So a very good start to this season here for the Arrows. Ray is showing off here with a laser down the right field line, and it just hangs up in the air, and it's 3-0. Jose Altuve leads the Astros off here in the bottom of the first inning. That one's hit up the middle well, and it's knocked down by Ray Gonzalez, but it will be a single. Some man on first base. Here's Lourdes Gurriel. He hits one to second, on to short, on to first. It's a double play. I love the defense we have in the middle infield. Ian Happ is an excellent fielder, and we all know that Ray Gonzalez is going to be an excellent, probably Gold Glove one day. That brings up the 3-hole hitter, Yordan Alvarez. Liner to Cam Collier, and that brings him up to the plate. His first AB of the season. He swings that one just out of the zone, up in the zone, and he actually hits it pretty well, but it just hangs up in the air for the first out of the second. Jack Suwinski had a career high in home runs and average last year. He gets a low slider. That one will be ball 4. He did not check his swing. And that brings up Ojo Taikan, who got the opening day start in center field. I was very, very tempted to start the rookie out of Alabama in center today, but Ojo Taikan hit the ball well last year in AAA, and he deserves a spot here to earn in center field. Top of the lineup comes back to the plate. That brings up Keith Rice out of California. He was a rookie last season, and he grounds out to Jeremy Pena at short. So on to the bottom of the third inning. Here's CJ Cron at the plate. He hits one well. That one is snagged by Ray Gonzalez, a hard line drive. Bringing up Eugenio Suarez to the plate, and he will swing and miss at that circle change. Jordan Montgomery fooled him on that one. Bringing up Corey Lee in the 9th spot, and he goes through the order through the first 3 innings and only gave up 1 base runner. Top 4 now. That brings up Salvador Perez for his second at-bat. He hits one well up the middle, but look at that shift right there. Easy throw on to first base from Altuve. That brings up Cam Collier. He's a guy to really watch out for. We signed Brandon Crawford in the offseason as he is going into his age 39 season. I think he's going to have to give Cam Collier some relief. That brings up Jose Altuve in the bottom of the 4th inning. He hits one well to left field. It's gone. And the Astros are on the board for the first time today, and that one ends up being a solo home run from Altuve. And he continues to hit the ball well in his career, and it makes it 3-1. But that brings up Kyle Tucker here with 2 outs. He hits one well to right field, but look at Verdugo in this jump. That is excellent. He gets to it. Verdugo's going to be the full-time right fielder this year. He's played in left the last season, so we'll see what he does this year in right. They already pull Javier out of the game in the 5th inning. That's going to bring in Hunter Brown to face Jack Suwinski. Suwinski gets all of this one. It just barely floats up in the air, and it stays in the yard. That one was crushed, actually. Keith Rice to the plate again, and that makes it 0 for 3 with 3 ground balls to Jeremy Pena at short as we move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Pena at the plate now. He hits one well to right center field. That one will get down and get to the wall. Ojo Taikan does cover ground well in center field. He gets it into the cutoff man and saves the potential triple. Jeremy Pena's got 92 speed, but we hold him up at second base. Chase McCormick comes to the plate. He swings and misses at a circle change, and that will be the first out of the inning for Jordan Montgomery's 3rd strikeout. Cron to the plate. He swings and misses as well. Outside sinker, and he gets him to chase. And now that brings up Suarez. Ground ball to second. We get out of this inning after a leadoff double and no damage done. Top 6 now. Ray Gonzalez hitting at that 2 spot, remember, in the lineup. We'll see where he ends up landing in this lineup. Right now we have him at 2. We will keep him there for probably, at least a good sample size of games. Alex Verdugo comes to the plate now after Ray Gonzalez grounds out to Pena, and that one will be a single to right field. Verdugo's in for a very big year. Paulo Reyes comes to the plate now, 1 for 2 after that first inning home run. He gets another pitch to hit. This is deep. This is gone. I talked about when he hit his first home run that Verdugo is going to be a tone setter for Reyes. Those two hitting back-to-back are going to be very, very good. Reyes is going to drive in a lot of runs, especially if Verdugo can get on base. And I love it. His second home run of the day, 421, a no-doubter, perfect. It's 5-1. Ian Happ to the plate now. He gets one right over the middle of the plate. But look at the play by Jeremy Pena at short. He's getting a lot of action there at short today. And this game goes into the 6th inning, 5-1. That brings up Corey Lee, who hits one hard to the right side. It's knocked down by Ian Happ, but not in time with the throw. He will not make it. As now they have a man on first base with Jose Altuve coming to the plate now. He hits one well to left field. That one gets through the infield. And now they have men on first and second. We'll see how long Jordan Montgomery remains in the game. And he's at 99 pitches, so the manager does come out. And we do decide to pull him here and go with Ronaldo Lopez, who was our best reliever a year ago. He had a 3.67 ERA, a 1.24 whip, 82 strikeouts to 20 walks. These are the kind of situations, though, he thrives in. So I definitely trust him more than anybody else. He signed an extension in the offseason as he re-signs with the Arrows. He faces Yordan Alvarez with one out. We'll see what happens here. 2-2 pitch. This one, ground ball to short. Ray to second. On to first. It's a double play. So we get out of that first jam of the season from a relief pitcher, and it's a double play. That brings Ray up to the plate. It seems like when you make a good play, you get a good hit, and that one will be his first single of the season. I'm hoping for a big year from Ray Gonzalez, and hopefully he can really step up here as that young player and really show why he was one of the top prospects in baseball. Paulo Reyes up to the plate. 2 home runs today. He hits one well to the right side. That one will be knocked down by C.J. Cron at first. And it brings up Salvi here with 2 outs. He gets a low slider on a 3-1 pitch. That one could have been either way. Ian Happ comes to the plate now with a chance to drive in a run. He gets a low fastball, and he watches that one for ball 4 as well. So Justice Sheffield in a little bit of a jam as he faces Cam Collier, who was hitless today, 0 for 2. And he has a 1-2 pitch. Outside slider, he is fooled. And Houston gets out of a bases loaded 2-out jam. As we move on to the bottom of the 9th inning, here's Victor Gonzalez on the mound here for the Arrows. He faces Lourdes Gurriel, and that one will be a ground ball up the middle, which knocks off of the pitcher. He remains in the game. So man on first base, that brings up Yordan Alvarez, and he checks his swing. He was absolutely fooled, just like Cam Collier was last inning as well. That brings up Kyle Tucker, who is hitless today, but he hits a laser to right field for the second out of the inning. One more out for our first victory. That brings up Jeremy Pena, who gets a hold of this one. That's gone. That was out of here in a second, it seemed like. Pena got a hold of that pitch, and it is now a 5-3 game. Since we're up by 2 and nobody's on base, we keep Victor Gonzalez in, but a single might change that. We go to the bullpen and start warming up pitchers, and we really start to think about pulling Victor Gonzalez here. And that brings up C.J. Cron, who hits one well to right field. This one gets down in the gap. And how about this in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs? The Houston Astros score 3 runs and bring it to a 5-4 ball game. We have to go to our bullpen here. It just makes too much sense. Archie Bradley comes in for the 1-out save. We'll see if he can get it here. He had a down year last year, but the year before that he was excellent, so I expect him to bounce back in a big way. He faces Suarez. He gets a curveball, and he hits it well, but right to Jack Sawinski and left, and the Arrows hang on in opening day to get a big victory, 5-4. That was a nail-biter there at the end. But we saw a monster game from Paulo Reyes, 2 home runs today. I think that, like I said, Verdugo and Reyes are going to have huge years in the middle of this lineup. And if we get another guy to come around as well, like maybe even Ray Gonzalez, I think this is going to be a huge year for the Arrows. So we hop into the next game of this 4-game set to open the season, and we face a bases loaded situation with Keith Rice. 1 out here. And in the top of the 5th, 1 swing of the bat can tie this ball game up. Keith Rice takes one up in the zone, and that brings it to a 2-2 count, 1 out. We'll see what happens, and he swings and misses at an outside fastball. It was a good enough pitch to hit. He just could not keep up. Ray Gonzalez, bases loaded, 2 outs now. He gets under this one. He was just late on the timing, and the Astros get through that jam right there. And we decide to quick manage the rest of the game to see what happens. And it looks like Fred Scott, the rookie, gets a 2-run home run for his first hit of his big league career. We bring in Bryce Williamson here for the relief. He gives up 1, but we do end up, going through the next few innings and not doing much on offense. Jalen Beeks comes in to pitch out of the bullpen, and it just seems like our offense wasn't there today. We had 7 hits. We just didn't manufacture any runs, actually 8 hits. But the Arrows end up losing game number 2 here in that series, and now we move on to game number 3, where Jose Urquidy gets to pitch against his former team. We actually just simulate this game, and we end up winning 6-2. So a good homecoming for Jose Urquidy, where he gets a win. Keith Rice goes 3 for 5 in that one, and we get the big win now. One more game left in this 4-game set. We decide to simulate this one. Todd Workman got the start, but he did not get the loss. Victor Gonzalez did in this one, so we end up splitting the opening series of this season. So now we move on to the next series in the season, and that is the Texas Rangers. They are 0-3 to start the year, and they have a big game today. In their home opener, they will start Cole Winn, who is their top prospect in their entire organization. So this is a big day for the Texas Rangers. They also have signed a ton of guys. I mean, they have pretty much a salary that is way, way above ours, probably almost triple our salary. And just looking at their lineup, they have Tavares leading off. They have Nathaniel Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe is one of those guys I've always wanted to sign here in MLB The Show, but he has been with the Rangers this entire series so far. But he does have a $7.2 million contract left, or $7.2 million left on his deal. So if he hits free agency, I am very, very interested in Nathaniel Lowe. Corey Seager hits in that 3 spot. He hit .331 last year. Eloy Jimenez was traded to the Texas Rangers back in season number 1 when they were going through a rebuild, and he's hitting pretty good for the Rangers. And they have Simeon, Garcia, Huff, Rengifo, and Duran who round out their lineup. Here's what we're going with today. Fred Scott gets the start in center field, giving Ojo Taikana a day off. Steven Benitez gets the start at third base as well, and Brandon Crawford will return to short. So we will see what happens when we give a couple of our guys days off. So here we go here in the top of the first inning. Keith Rice swings and misses, and that's Cole Winn's first MLB strikeout. That brings up Alex Verdugo to the plate, and he hits one to right field. That one will be a 1-2-3 inning, as we could not get anything done like last game. But today is a big debut for us as well. Tayfon Edwards, the international free agent signing out of Jamaica, he's going to make his debut with the Arrows. He is not a strikeout pitcher, but he is a guy that has excellent command. Here is Tavares, who comes to the plate, and he gets him to check swing, and that will be his first MLB strikeout. Nathaniel Lowe comes to the plate. He hits one well to right center field, and you see why I want him. He just finds a way to always get on base. He hits the ball extremely well for power as well and for average. So now they got a man on first base here with Corey Seager at the plate. He just hits a chopper to first. Paulo Reyes to second. On to first. It's a double play. Brandon Crawford returns to shortstop. I maybe should have put Steven Benitez at short. He's just got a little bit of a better arm, but it's okay. We'll start him at short today. Now on to the bottom of the second inning. Eloy Jimenez hits a tapper in front of the plate, and he's called safe at first, but we go and challenge that, and they quickly reverse that call. He was out. Luis Rengifo, who comes to the plate now. He hits one well to left field, and that will be the first, actually the first hit of this inning, as they have a man on first base here with one out. Last time they were in this situation, they grounded out into a inning-ending double play. This one hit to short, on to second, on to first, and it happens again. It's a double play. there we go. If we can get, you know, another pitcher who can really contribute to this rotation, we're going to be a dangerous ball club. Steven Benitez returns to the MLB after hitting at AAA last year. I liked what he did in spring training, and we'll see what he can do this year. Here is a chopper up the middle. Jack Sawinski, he ends up, they end up throwing to second, Corey Seager does, and we actually have a safe all-around situation. That brings up Brandon Crawford. How about some small ball here? We laid down a bunt and moved both runners over. So now we have men on second and third with one out. That brings up the rookie out of Alabama, Fred Scott. But he swings and misses at an inside fastball, maybe a bit out of the zone, but he just had to put it in play. So now with two outs, that brings up Keith Rice to the plate with a chance to drive in a run or two. But he just gets under this one, fly ball to center field. And the rookie Cole Winn ends up getting out of that jam. Top four now. That brings up Alex Verdugo, hits one well to right field. This one will not be caught by Garcia, and it will be a single from Verdugo. I talked about the tone that Verdugo is going to set for the next hitter, Paulo Reyes, who gets a hanger on the inside half and hits one well down the right field line. That one will get to the corner. It will move Verdugo over to third. And now we have runners on the corners here with no outs. That's going to bring up the number 5 and 6 hitters, Salvador Perez and Ian Happ. 2-1 pitch. Ian Happ comes to the plate. He hits one well down the left field line. That one should be a double, and it looks like Reyes will make it to third, Ian Happ to second, and we strike first in this one. It is 1-0. Ian Happ on the final year of his deal as well. Remember, we signed Jordan Montgomery and Ian Happ in the same offseason to 3-year deals. That brings up Steven Benitez, and this is one thing I want to see from him. Hit for power. This is good enough in these situations. Paulo Reyes tries to tag up from third, and he's barely safe. Wow, that was way too close at the plate. Paulo Reyes isn't a great runner, but he makes it there. It's a sacrifice fly for Benitez and makes it 2-0. Jack Sawinski at 290 last year, and he continues to hit the ball well. That's ripped down the right field line, and it's a single, and it's 3-0 here for the Indianapolis Aeros. Our offense is showing that we have improved year to year in this series, and I definitely think we're going to have a big year offensively. So on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's Tayfon Edwards still trying to get through this tough Texas lineup, and that's Tavares starting out this fourth inning with a single. Can we get another double play ball here from Tayfon Edwards? But he does get Nathaniel Lowe to swing and miss at a inside two-seamer. Brings up Corey Seager to the plate here. Ground ball to first. This could be two. Thrown on to second and back to first. And I don't know what the hesitation was with Brandon Crawford. It looked like he just hesitated to throw that one to first. But now with two outs, that brings up Luis Rengifo. And ground ball to second will get out of this inning. So now on to the bottom of the fifth inning. Marcus Semien comes to the plate. He hits one well to right field. And you could just see here, Tayfon Edwards is going to give up some hits. But I think if he just limits them, he will be an excellent pitcher. He's got excellent command, but they are hitting him pretty well. This is a tough Texas lineup also, so I don't want to give him, too much slack there. That brings up Garcia, and he absolutely paints the corner right there. And that's a called strike three. Josh Young to the plate now. 3-2 pitch inside fastball, and it's a swing and miss. So Tayfon Edwards at least has shown that he can pitch out of situations, and he's still on the mound here in the bottom of the seventh. He's got excellent stamina as well. I want to bring that up. This is his 122nd pitch of the game, but at that point, we probably want to take him out. An excellent outing here. 6 1/3 inning here for Tayfon Edwards. And we bring in Bryce Williamson, who is designed to be our long reliever this year. He's got, remember, high walks per 9. The hits and strikeouts per 9 isn't that great, but we'll see what he can do today. He gets Jonah Heim to look at this one on the inside half. That's an excellently painted pitch right there. Now Semien to the plate. Outside changeup, strike three. Williamson walks off the field like it was no big deal, but it was a big-time deal for us. We definitely wanted to see what he could do in a situation like this, and he gets out of the jam. Bottom 9 now. Here is Archie Bradley in for another save. This one's hit up the middle. It's knocked down by Crawford, but it will be a single. We've seen this story before, right? Not the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Now Adalis Garcia comes to the plate. A low pitch, and it's ball 4. So that means that now, with one swing, they could tie this ball game up. That brings up Josh Young, who hits one well to the right field wall, and it's going to be caught by Verdugo. It hangs up in the air. It doesn't quite get there, and it's a 3-0 victory here for the Arrows. An excellent start to the season. You got to love what you see from our lineup. We're hitting the ball well, and not only that, we're getting a lot of hits in these games. This one we only had 5 hits, but remember, even in those losses, we were, manufacturing some hits. Just need to string them together and, obviously get some runs. But a good start here to the first 5 games. I wanted to go through the rotation once so everybody got a chance to start in this episode, and I think we are going to be a good team this year. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you guys think we should do as far as strategy as well? Do you like the lineup? Do you not? What about the rotation, the bullpen, everything? I'm all ears, but I'm excited here for this season. This could be the most exciting season yet of the series because we are no longer focusing on a rebuild. We are focusing on competing. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war.